This is a Wolff&Schafe podcast. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're a new viewer, it's knitting and partly also spinning and hand dyeing podcast. And this is Domarat, my co-host. He will be appearing from time to time, like cats do. Meow. Those of you who've seen previous episodes might realize that I have a different background. That's because I'm now not in Switzerland, but in Poland. I'm visiting my parents' house. I will be here for at least a month. It's not clear exactly yet how long I will stay. There are some medical and family related reasons. But I'm happy to record here for you. Today we have Thursday, 28th of January 2016. The weather is awful. It's very gloomy and dark. And when I arrived last Saturday, it was around minus 15 Celsius, so pretty cold. And then it got warmer, and now we have really a place for skating on the pavements, because we have a layer on ice and the layer of puddles of water on top. It's crazy, dangerous. I mean, in the center of Warsaw, it's of course not a problem because the pavements are well maintained. But here, because my parents live on the border, nah. So yes, let's go to my finished objects, because I have some. My favorite socks by Kristin from Yarngasm are done. I do not have sock blockers, so I can't stretch them for you, but they're lovely, just lovely. Like in the pattern, there's the reinforced heel and the heel flap, and yeah, they are very, very nice. I love how they turned out, the colors. The colors, how they turned out. And they are great for winter. I mean, I really love hand knit socks. So yes, these are done. I think that I might have done the foot a little bit too short for me, because I was trying them on and I thought it would be okay, but and that was Mr. Postman, sorry, couldn't predict it. So yes, these socks, I love them. I also like about them that, as opposed to the afterthought heel that I used to knit usually, there are much less ends to weave in. So I just, when I start here, there is one, and then here on the heel, you just continue, and then the toes, and finish, only two ends. So I like that, because I really hate weaving in ends. Okay, so as for hexie puffs, I knit one. It's nothing new. Or maybe I didn't tell you about it. Well, these are leftovers from a pair of socks. It's Citron Trekking yarn, self-striping. And I have started also just a little bit leftovers from a shawl that I knit for my mom. So yeah, I think I'm getting near to like 20 of them, so I'm still far away away from any number that would allow me to do anything that would make sense to do with these. So I'm actually contemplating knitting a blanket, like you know, from leftovers, but then there would be weaving in ends, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. So these are my finished objects, and about my sweater, my lovely Mira sweater. I have this much. I already joined in the round. There are stitches on the cables for sleeves, but I have decided to start over, like frog it all and start over. And there are two reasons. One reason being I think it's a bit too airy for me. The fabric is not dense enough for me, so I would prefer to start on smaller needles and just go up a size of the sweater. So I was thinking I would just knit on the size of needles that the designer suggests, but go up a size of the sweater. And the other reason is that well, I had some problems with the B stitch. I just messed it up and I realized it after some rows of work, because I thought, oh, everything is fine, and this is variegated yarn, so it's not so easily spotted. But you probably will be able to see it. It should be like this or like this, and not like this thing in the middle, because there is no it should not be one above the other, but it should be moved like this, so then it creates the honeycomb shape. So yes, I have it here, and then as well on the other side, because it's done in the rounds. So I thought, if I have these two issues, I will just start over and know better how to work the B stitch, where like I will know my mistakes. And yeah, because it's a lovely pattern, lovely yarn, and I want the sweater to be lovely. So yes, I do not own 3.75 millimeter needles, so I just ordered some. Oh. So today I have Chinese green tea. It's called Pilochun, and I'm drinking it in my Taurus mug, because I am a Taurus. I was born in May. So yeah, this is Pilochun, meaning, as far as I know, a spring snail. So maybe I'm calling spring to come and the ice to go away. We will see. So yes, this is because I was knitting on 4.5 millimeter needles on Malabrigo Mekita yarn on Sirena's colorway, which is these lovely blues and teals and greens and a touch of purple. And that was because my gauge was off, so I went up 2 needle sizes. But yeah, now I will be waiting for new needles to arrive, and no, Mr. Postman didn't bring anything for me, so I will be still waiting. And next one is, where is it? Gosh, oh here, I transferred, for now I transferred my other project to this sweater bag because I'm also using two. Oh yeah, the Mira sweater, it's my first project where I am alternating skeins because that was what Justina told us to do. If you have, if you're knitting with hand-dyed yarn. So I will just listen to her. And so I'm using two at the same time. And in this bag, they fit perfectly because I can put two cakes next to each other and then pull from them, like from center pull. But now I have another project that was mentioned before, and that was on hiatus because I forgot my needle. It was left here in Warsaw. And it's not lost, my sister found it, so I have all 5 again, my carbons, Knit Pro carbons. In the States they're known as Knitter's Pride, as far as I know. And yeah, I've knit a bit on them. Yesterday I went to visit my friend who is expecting a baby like any day now. So I took my Paxton sweater I made for her baby. It will be a girl. And to get there, I had to go on like with one train to the center of Warsaw, which takes half an hour, and then switch to another train that goes to her town for an hour. So it was like 2 hours one-way ride, and I managed to knit this pink part because I lost my orange marker, so I don't know where it is. So yeah, I made this much on my way there, and then I knit the hexie puff on my way back. So yes, this is Mystery and Manners by Spilly Jane. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I highly recommend it because it's beautiful. As you can see, I have both peacocks already there, and I have started on the feather, and here it will be just more simple pattern. You can also see that because of the pause that I had on stranded knitting, I lost my skill and they got again a bit too tight. So the points here just are a bit disappearing, but I'm gaining the skill again, so I hope that the rest will be better. And yes, I already have here, there's this pink yarn, this scrap yarn for the thumb, because the pattern says to just insert scrap yarn for the thumb, and when you're finished with the whole glove, then you do the thumb. And I'm knitting from the yellow. Yellow is my main color, and it's Cascade Yarns Fingering Heathers. It's a sock yarn. It's 75% merino and 25% nylon. And my contrasting color is Malabrigo sock in Lotus colorway, which I think is beautiful, and it creates like color changes on the picture, which is also nice. And my stitch marker is my Eiffel Tower I bought in Paris. Hello? Oh yeah, you can see it. So this is nice. I'm knitting on 2.25 millimeter needles. And yes, these these are all my knitting projects for now. I will be having new ones probably soon, but they're not started yet. And now I could show you my spinning. So you might remember I was showing you my colored merino in turquoise. It's done! It's done. This is 25 grams and it's 2-plied. And I'm very happy with it. It's very soft still. I don't have yet any idea for what to do with it, but yay! It's lovely, soft, and I like it a lot. So this is my finished spinning, and I started, once I finished with that one, I started with my Worldcraft spindle. I also love, I was showing you that it has these arrows with ply and spin written, but you know what? I love this part, that it has something here like from wood probably. It's imperfect and I like it. So I started with, because I bought this with like in a kit, so there was this nice canvas bag and two types of fiber. So right now I'm spinning on what's it called? Because I got one white and one gray, both in natural, and this is Romney wool top. And it's of course not as soft as merino, but it spins really nicely. It has longer staple length than merino, of course, and I'm able to create pretty fine thread. Focus. Please focus, camera, come on. Well, you can more or less see, I think, and also it has a bit of a halo here. I'm enjoying spinning really a lot, and just yesterday I ordered a new spindle because I found, of course, on Etsy, I found a Polish craftsman, I think it's a craftswoman actually, and she actually is from Warsaw. And I just ordered a spindle from her because it's beautiful. She mostly specializes in medieval style objects, and also she has spindles, so I bought one and I will show it to you hopefully in the next episode. Yes, so it will be less simple than the ones that I have right now. Okay, so off to oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to mention it at the beginning, but of course I forgot. Again, my question is, what do you, dear viewers, suggest that my husband bring me from the States? I mean, I would order it and he would bring it because he will be on business trip in the States for like at least a week, so I could, you know, order something and not pay for shipping from America to Europe, which will be great. So yeah, if there is some yarn or fiber or spindles you would recommend, please tell me and I will gladly have a look on them. Alright, so hand dyeing. So since I moved here for quite a while to Poland, I wanted to continue my hand dyeing. But of course, I was not planning on bringing my pot along because it would be ridiculous. So I bought a new pot, and so that it would be a bit cheaper, I bought not a steel pot, but enamel pot. Actually, they don't have them in Switzerland. It's crazy. They have them in Germany, they have them in Poland, but in Switzerland they are just... Maybe they don't like cheap stuff. But it's so beautiful. I can't show my pot to you right now, but I bought like from the same series. I bought a mug. So it has plums, and my pot also has plums there. And you see inside it's dark brown, and here it's a creamy color. So it's very nice, and I've already tried my my pot out, and it worked very nicely. I dyed 2 skeins of silver towers. One is on my Belladonna base, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, and 10% cashmere. And it's very soft and squishy, and the Damarat is totally like, meow. Yeah, he would like to live on this. I really love this colorway, so I dye it quite often. And the other one is on my paw base, meaning paw as a wolf's paw. And it's a typical sock yarn, 75% superwash wool blend and 25% nylon. It's pretty soft, of course not as soft as the cashmere, but it's very nice. And I'm happy with it. I have a slight, have a feeling that it's a bit more bluish than the ones that I dyed back in Switzerland. I don't know. Dear hand dyers, did you ever experience difference in shades or colors while dyeing in different water, for example? Because the dyes are the same, and proportions and everything. So I don't know, but still, they are pretty, so I'm happy. Yes, and oh, my episode is quite short this time. You see, last time I couldn't stop talking, and this time I'm finished pretty quickly. This is odd. But anyway, I think the short episode could be also fun from time to time. I don't have to flood you with myself every time. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next week, and happy knitting. Bye!